Yes, Martha. Yes.
Great. Are we live? We are live now on
It says
Breakthrough,
we are live.
on Breakthrough with Jeff. So you're invited, guys. You can invite as many people as possible. Once again, welcome to Breakthrough with Jeff. This is where we live life with zero limits. And thank you for joining us. We have great coaches on board today. And I can hear my echo. I don't know. I'm hearing myself. Okay, great. Awesome. Now, yes. Good. I think I had YouTube and Zoom open. So guys, welcome. Take your seat. Please tighten your seat belt because we are about to take off. And we are so blessed to have great coaches. We'll let them introduce themselves. Carol and Paula will be facilitating us in this session. Coaches, who goes first? Let's begin with Carol.
Thank you. Yes, let me begin because you mentioned me first. Thank you so much for hosting us on your platform and giving us an opportunity on this auspicious Women's Month to talk about women, to talk about coaching, and, you know, just to enjoy our womanhood in this special kind of way. So my name is Caroline Gaiduma. I'm a transformation coach. I'm also a coach trainer at Destiny Life Coaching. And for this particular occasion, I just want to confirm that I'm a woman, and I'm excited to be here to have this conversation with Coach Paula and Coach Jeff, and excited to be of service to you who is watching us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me confirm I'm not a woman. It's good to confirm that. But I'm so happy to be here. Coach Paula, welcome back home, and welcome to Destiny. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much for the invitation to be here with you guys again. I miss those classes. So I'm so honored to be here with you, to be invited and sharing my practices with everyone who is interested. So thank you. I'm Paula, and I'm a life coach. I was trained by Jeff and Carol, and also I'm a menstrual therapist. And yeah, I'm so glad to be here. I'm a woman, but also I have both energies, feminine and masculine. So Jeff, you are not a woman, but you have feminine energy as well.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's something that perhaps people want to understand. What's the difference? What's the difference between feminine and masculine? What's that difference, Paula?
Well, the difference is they are, for me, they are streams of the same thing. So they are two parts of the same thing. It's just that they just change. And the feminine energy is more calm, more patient, more emotional, more cold. And the masculine one is more action, more linear, more energetic, more focusing the objective.
Yeah.
So at the end, we all need both energies to balance ourselves and to get our objectives. So women are
Nice.
part of the same thing.
I'm all that. Let me confess, I'm all that. Then I'm very feminine. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I think this conversation, because it's about coaching, and as a poster said, it's feminine cycle as a coaching tool. I just wanted to understand from Paula, now that you're certified as a coach, how did you narrow down to your ideal client? Who is that ideal client?
Well, I've discovered that my ideal client was someone like me. So they were women that they are looking for their purpose in life, or that they are stuck in some area of their lives, or that they feel there is something else out there and they don't know how to get there, how to be guided to there, and how to connect with that power inside them. So me, I was in a time where I was also looking for my purpose. I also came from the feminist side, so I was so connected with the women, with the fight for women's. I was a bit lost in that. So I felt like my search and my purpose should be also connected to that. And also, I've always wanted to work with women, although I didn't know how. So finding my purpose, connecting with myself, with my inner guidance, with my true self, is what allowed me to find all those answers. That's why, because I have gone through all that path, now I'm able to accompany other women in the same journey. So at the end, yeah, my ideal client is just someone like me who has experienced the same struggles, feeling sometimes a victim, sometimes not recognize the value, but also I was the one not recognizing to myself. So also I work with women who are trying to connect with themselves, to love themselves more, to be more compassionate with themselves, to create that relationship with themselves that we normally don't have. We are so much separated from our inner selves, then we don't have that relation, that loving and caring relationship with ourselves. And that also was happening to me. So when I realized is when I could continue working on myself and now accompany other women in the same way.
Awesome. When I hear feminine cycle, I don't know what you think about, Jeff, when you think about the feminine cycle. Myself, it reminds me of a whole journey as a woman. Like, first of all, that is a very dreadful thing. And it only meant one thing, and I see, like you said, you're a menstrual therapist. But when you talk about feminine cycle, are we just talking about the menstrual cycle? And, because Jeff is clearly not a woman, let him first tell us, what does it mean when he hears feminine cycle?
Yeah, so the feminine cycle, takes many cycles in our lives. So it takes our menstrual cycle, but also it refers to our life cycle. And also, the most important thing is that we are cyclicals. That means that we are constantly changing.
Yeah.
But what I use as a tool, first of all, to understand later the other things is, first of all, our menstrual cycle. And with menstrual cycle, I'm not referring only to our menstruation, but to all the stages of our cycle until we arrive to the menstruation. So we pass through 4 different phases in our cycle that are implying changes in our body, changes in our hormones, in our emotions, in our energy, in our physical capability, and even in intuition, in the spiritual body. So in every stage of our cycle, we have access to different capabilities, emotions, and different stages. So it's like we are 4 different women every month. So we are like the moon. The moon has gone through 4 different stages and 4 different phases with 4 different energies, and we are the same. So also those stages corresponds with our stages in life: childhood, sexual stage, the creation stage, the menopause. But to understand that, first of all, is to use this tool as understanding ourselves, how we are in each of the stages of our cycle. Why? Because that allow us to understand ourselves, like how are our changes, how can we face different things in our life according to the stage we are. Because, for example, in the 2 first stages, which is the pre-ovulation and the ovulation, normally we have more energy, we are more sociable, we are more like outside there. And the 2 last ones, the premenstrual and the menstruation, we are normally more within, we are not that sociable, maybe we are a bit more irritable. So if we understand how those things are working in ourselves, we can, for example, decide when to have that uncomfortable conversation with our boss. So rather to have it in my menstrual phase, I will have it in my pre-ovulation phase, which I know I'm more energetic and I will take easily what he's gonna tell me. So that is why it's a so powerful tool for us to understand ourselves, to be more compassionate and more loving with ourselves, and also to understand our needs so that we can cover them accordingly.
Wow. Jeff, is that new?
That's awesome. Well, I can I can relate. Complexity of being a woman. Women go through a lot, and I think understanding themselves, understanding yourself, and also the world understanding you begins with understanding yourself. And this is why this is so crucial. You see, initially, and I believe because of some of these complexities and women not understanding themselves, perhaps is the gap between masculinity and femininity when it comes to things like leadership, some positions that women, are not given because people don't understand that these are phases of life, and you're created to be like this, and there's a benefit for each of these phases. And so instead of looking at femininity as a weakness, which is what I believe the world has looked at previously, now you begin to understand, okay, hey, they are powerful, women are powerful, they are empowered. And when the woman now understands herself, this season, they can then plan themselves and know, what do I do when, which energy do I need to step into? It's like the 4 elements of fire, like what you are expressing was like fire, and then there was the earth, and then there's water when you're emotional, and then there is air when you just feel like you're floating and you're out there. So this thing, it's more, you understand them when you think of them as energy, but today, you know, I'm blown away. Thank you, Paula, for that explanation. We are always learning.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
always. And you know, as you're thinking about the element, thinking about, you know, when she said that the woman becomes 4 different women in the end of the month, my head was like, and the man remains constant. But then I realized it's the polarity of the sun and the moon, because the sun is, you know, in its own way has its own cycle that is very different from the moon. And that self-awareness is really key and important. But I'm curious, how did you discover this tool? You know, because it wasn't one of the tools that you learned in class, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I discovered it because at the same time I was also digging into femininity and to healing my femininity. So I was with a teacher in Spain also, that she was accompanying me, discovering tools to heal femininity and to get in touch more with that. Because first of all, this tool also allows you to re-signify, as Jeff was saying, no, what society tells us about what is being a woman and all this. Through this self-knowledge, you are able to re-signify what is for you and not for anyone else. So I was digging into these things, trying to go a bit away from the feminism, because in my feminism I was always in the fight mood. Yeah. And still I feel myself feminism, but in a different way, from that perspective of reconciliate myself and re-signifying what is being a feminine. So it's in that search that I discovered this tool, and I start studying myself. With this chart that I have here, I can show you. I don't know if you see it.
Yes.
It's a chart. It's a chart where every day you are putting information, so that when you have some months, you can see the patterns, you can start understanding how your changes are. So I discovered the tool and I start studying myself. And as much I study myself, I start trying things and exploring and exploring and exploring. So more I was discovering. Yeah.
Nice. And is this for all women of all ages? Is it for all women of all ages, or, you know, we can say there's a certain age where this is not common?
There's no cycle.
Yeah.
No, even for the women who are in menopause already, or that they don't have their blood, or even for the ones who doesn't have their physical uterus because it has been removed for any reason, we are still cyclical. Energetically, we still have our uterus. And when we reach menopause, it's another stage of our phase, because as I explained you, the 4 phases are also the 4 phases of our life. So when you reach menopause, also you are in a phase of your life, and still you are cyclical. How you are going to experience the changes is going to be different, but you are still cyclical. So every woman can do it, and every woman is cyclical. So we can have this self-knowledge through this tool.
Wow.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's amazing. So what is it in the, you know, what is a tool in your coach training? Because I'm sure for you to see something and to think of it as useful and practical, there is a sense of familiarity. We always see things like that look like what we have seen before, and that's why we resonate with them. So within your coach training, for example, what is the tool that made this tool that you're using seem interesting or familiar?
Okay, the first one, I can think in 2, but the first one that I related with was the Wheel of Life, because it was the one who showed me at the first that I was in search of my purpose. So when you are able to see in the Wheel of Life all the areas of your life, just in the list, from the one that you have to pay more attention to the one that is a bit better. Then you realize, okay, then where I begin. Okay, I do my my vision, I write everything, and then it's like, okay, and then how I continue, no? So it's when I realized this understanding of myself was helping me to work in those areas that needed more attention. Because, for example, in my case, it was the purpose. And because I was tapping into my true self and trying to know myself, I was able to go close to that purpose and to continue realizing how this was developing.
Awesome.
And also the 6 human needs, I also discover how they are reflected in our cycle. So, and also the patterns that we have, we can see the patterns in the cycle, how they are related with the 6 human needs, no? So they are actually, you can see them very well reflected in the cycle, and how they change, also how they show up in different ways, depending on the phase you are, depending how receptive you are to see them or not. So they are also there. And is it also to understand how they change, and depending on how you are feeling.
Awesome.
That's amazing, because you know, I think what we teach and what we train at Destiny, and we keep saying that and reiterating that, is foundational, because we cannot train all the tools. And again, as you've seen, coaching is an area that if you go in openly, you go in with your intuition wide alert, then you can also invent your own tools based on what your ideal client needs and what you feel aligns with them. So, you know, it's really critical for, you know, whoever is watching to understand that we cannot teach all the coaching tools. There are many, there are so many. And we go as coaches, we invent ourselves, we innovate more tools. So what we teach are foundational, the ones that will help you start on this journey. So I'm just wondering, there is a way the training is done. And I'm sure there is a way that, you know, you experience the training. What was it about that experience that put you in a place where you could go out and look for more tools or be creative and innovative? What is it about the experience of this class that made you, you know, be open to other ways of doing the coaching?
Well, first of all, for me, the training was a personal journey. So for me, it started like all the tools we were seeing in class, I was applying them to myself. So actually, I didn't have any intention to be a coach. And now here I am. I didn't have any intention. I just did it for myself, for my growth, for learning, for continuing my journey of healing, of self-knowledge, of growth. But then I was getting so curious about these tools and liking them. And then I remember Jeff one day, very close to the beginning, telling us, okay, now you don't need to know anything else. Just go and practice. And me, I was like, this guy is crazy. Yeah, I was thinking but for myself, this guy is crazy.
Yeah, right.
I have not even 1 month here and he wants me to practice. I don't know. Then, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks later, I don't know why, he put that seed in my mind, obviously with a very good intention, and it germinates. So I said, okay, now that I'm here, let me just try this to other people. Let's see. Because also it's a process for learning to myself, to put myself there, to exposure myself, to see if I can break with these fears, with this self-confidence that I'm lacking. Let me see what happens. Even if I don't want to be a coach, doesn't matter. But now that I'm here, let me certify. So let me do the practice. So when I start doing the practices and putting and sharing the tools that I was learning in the course, my self-confidence was building up because I was seeing, okay, first of all, I was exposing myself. So I was forcing myself to face the fears. And then also
Yeah.
I was seeing the results in the people. They were happy, they were advancing, they were discovering things on themselves. They were, I don't know, they were just like me, going through that path. And interesting enough, all the people who were coming to me had similar objectives than me, like finding a purpose, or maybe they were stuck in some area, and most of them were women. So just like that was building up little by little. And me, I didn't even have the intention to be a coach. It's just
Wow.
that push Jeff told us that made me start practicing all of that and actually liking it so much. I was really enjoying, finishing a session and feel so energized. Something that I have never felt in other jobs. In other jobs, I was drained my energy. And now I was just finishing a session so happy, so energized. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm discovering the purpose I was looking for. I don't know.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so fulfilling even to hear. That's so awesome. And the thing is, like Carol is saying, we equip you with a tool, we challenge you, like Paula.
Very much.
And most of the time, you have to go beyond what you believe is possible and create even things you never knew existed. You see, so because of that, a coach was born, multi-dimensional, international coach. Yeah, so I'm happy for you. I'm so excited for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's so exciting to see how much you've grown, like, in a span of how many months, it's been a very paced growth. And, let me just wonder out loud, Paula, why did you join a coaching class that you knew was, certification for coaches, and you knew you didn't want to practice? Because again, that you had a certain thought process, because most people are like, I don't want to be a coach, so I won't do a coaching course. Why did you sign up for a coaching course?
I don't think there are casualties in this life. So yeah, actually I met you, Carol, so I knew your practice and I knew the kind of coaching you were offering. And also I went to dig into the website and I saw how your perspective about coaching was. And yeah, I saw there was a good opportunity for me as a personal growth. So even if I didn't want to be a coach, I saw the process and all the things that you do. It's like you have to pass through the process to become a coach. So you have to be coach to be a coach. And you have to try it on yourself to become a coach. So that part of become a coach, me, I didn't mind in that moment, but I was so interested in continue working on myself.
The process.
And do it from different sources. And I just felt so connected with that way that you had and that perspective you were putting out there. So I just felt it like right.
Yeah. Oh, this is so exciting, because one of our primary focus when we are training coaches, number one, is actually confidence, that belief in yourself. And I can see it all over you. I can see the confidence. And that's so crucial for all our coaches. We want to impact confidence, believe in yourself, in your mission, in what you stand for. And then the second one is conviction, believe in what you do, because you can believe in yourself, but you don't believe in what you do. And I've seen, you know, you actually have that, believe in what you do. And it's really a conviction. It's coming from the place of your soul. I love that. You're the perfect example of, you know, what we wish to put out there in in the market, in the world, for people to be transformed. And the other one is contribution, making an impact. You see, so those are crucial C's that we look forward to impacting in every coach, so that you feel a sense of making an impact in the world. And I think that is the seed that really just grew in you, even in the process of getting your personal certainty. You realize, oh, contribution, I can make a contribution in other people. I can help them also. And I'm so happy for what you're doing. You are an extension of destiny, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are all very, 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 very proud of you. And there's something you've mentioned about the connection between your experience and your client's experience. And I know that that's how you decided who your ideal client was, but tell us a little bit about how your journey has been, or the coaching practice and how it has impacted your own personal journey. Have you been growing with your client, or did you grow and then your clients caught up? How is that going?
Well, I think it's just a parallel process, no? Because I see my practice, my coaching practice, is still part of my journey of self-knowledge, of growth, of personal discovery. So every person who comes to my coaching sessions are mirrors to me and bringing me something new. And learning something new with them. So still, I feel like it's a parallel process. When I started the practice for the certification, in that moment was like to build my confidence, to break that shy. I was very shy with these things. I've been always working with people in communities, social work, whatever. But when you put yourself there one-to-one, and you know the people are expecting, you give them the answers, and you don't have them because the answers are on themselves, it's like, okay, how I'm gonna do this? So that I still build my confidence, and also I build the people's confidence. So at the end, it's a constantly challenge all the time that makes you grow in different aspects. So whatever is that you need to work on, your coaching practice is bringing it for you. With a client, with a new challenge with the same client you had, or with whatever it is. But at the end, if I could have waited for me to have confidence to start my coaching practice, it will not have happened, because I think it's just the way it should be. Trying things, exposing yourself to the things that are in your path, even if you don't know, because I didn't know, but it was in my path. So until I didn't put myself there, it didn't contribute to building myself up. So I think it was just parallel. You can't separate them.
That's interesting, and that's so powerful, because confidence, comes with the practice. And that is why we emphasize so much on becoming a practitioner, more on practice than theory. Because look at a little baby, as the baby, learns to walk, to get the confidence to walk, they fall down and stand again, fall down. So the practice, doing it over and over again, is actually what has given you so much confidence. And this is exciting. And that's why we encourage our coaches. I'm curious, what would you advise someone who is in class right now training to become a coach? they are ready to become a coach, what would be your advice?
My advice will be focus in whatever you do, focus for your personal growth. Because the contribution to others will come once you are able to contribute to yourself and to trust on yourself and to love yourself. So whatever you do it for yourself first, to build yourself and to do some good to yourself, because what is good for you at the end is good for others.
Nice.
So all those practices, all those tools, all those things that you are exposing to, just do them for your personal growth. I can just share from my experience that was what worked for me. So that is what I could advise. Just do it for yourself, for your personal growth, and you will just discover yourself contributing to others as the way you are contributing to yourself.
Nice. Wow, brilliant. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. And what would you advise a coach like you? A coach like you who has just graduated, been certified, and they're going out there, what would you advise them?
To practice, even if it's with a friend. Even if they are still scared about launching a program or exposing themselves up there or even charging money, step by step, little by little, things will grow up. So even just starting with a friend, but continue practicing and doing what they love, even if it's not like a serious thing, because maybe some coaches are still in their jobs and they are still scared to leave the jobs to just fully dig in this, but still just keep doing it, because that is what is gonna make you one day to really jump completely to this practice.
Wow, awesome, awesome. And maybe we can hear from Carol. You've been training the coaches, you trained Paula and the rest. You know, what's listening to Paula, what advice would you give maybe someone that is making a decision to jump? If I can use that word, you know, to jump into the training for whatever reasons, because Paula joined for you know, own sake. What is the inspiration that is coming to you?
For someone who's feeling like they want to jump, they are not sure about their decision, you cannot fail with coaching. You know, I have come to understand that coaching skills are as fundamental as communication skills. If you look at people who have done some form of communication skills, whether in school or college, or, you know, a course at their workplace, they are better placed to succeed in their relationships, in their work environment, in their life, than somebody who has not. And you cannot die if you don't, but the quality of your life will change. So it's the same with coaching skills, because I have seen that a lot of people, I mean, me included, you know, my life was the first to be impacted by coaching. Why? Because even what happens in here, the conversation that happens in here changed. The way I perceive life, the way I perceive challenges, the way I perceive why I'm here changed. So all I'm saying is that if you're at the edge and you're wondering whether to jump or not, I think the only reason that would make you wonder whether to jump or not is if you're maybe thinking, are there jobs in the coaching industry? Or, you know, like, am I confident enough to coach? The only thing to consider is that, will this change my life? And I want to tell you, yes, it will change your life. Whether you go ahead and coach or not, it will change your relationships, your parenting, your thought processes. So jump.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So there you have it. Our dear listener, viewer, thank you so much for walking this journey with us, meeting great coaches, Coach Paula. Wow, wow, that's the word. The word is wow. And I love it when I do that word, you know, on our students, because I know I meet my students from the first day. I always give that free consultation sessions. I know the difference between now and then. And I know you've invested so much, you know, into your personal growth. You've been focused, and the discipline has paid off for you. And you are an example, really. You are a leader. That's what you are. And some of these things we realized they were within us even before we began the journey. And there are other leaders out there, people that they feel a sense of inner healing, because that's where it begins. It begins with me. It has to begin with me, because you can't be a signpost for someone else. You're showing them the way to transformation, and you yourself, you're not transformed. You see the signboard in my village, it tells me how many kilometers to Nairobi, but it will never leave. But and that's the thing. People feel you can just learn these things to teach people. No, you go through it. And in fact, you see, we have the curriculum has evolved. Right now, we go through immersion coaching. The first 3 weeks are transformational, where you dive into your becoming. You realize yourself, discover your strength, discover your purpose, before even we think about your vision and you serving other people. And so when we see, you know, you out there, we are so proud of yourself. And this is a testimony that you're doing a good job. And we are grateful for that. This is what the intention of destiny. And so if you're listening to us and you're asking yourself, how can you link up with this? How can this benefit you? You don't need to worry anymore. We give you a free consultation session. Just go on our website, Destiny Life Coaching, or you can Google that, and you get a free consultation session where we will just listen to you and assist you in this journey, make decisions that you'll be proud of, like Paula. And how can people connect with you, Coach Paula? Your website or your phone number or anything that people can connect with you?
Yes. My phone and WhatsApp number is 0719-881779. And also I'm in social media like Mujer Naturaleza Pau, although it's in Spanish.
It's in Spanish.
But also my website is also in English.
Yeah.
So I can also copy the link later.
Yes. So the link, you can share the link and share with us.
I will.
Awesome. Back to you, Carol.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was an amazing conversation. That was, I mean, Paula, I look at your journey and I'm like, wow. This is amazing, because no clarity about what your purpose, clarity of what your purpose is, who you are, and how you're helping them. So I'm very, very proud of you. And I'm also very proud of you, Jeff, because this is your baby. Paula is your baby. I am your baby. Destiny is your baby. You're a father of nations, you know? So thank you so much for saying yes to this dream that has given birth and has equipped so many other dreams. Thank you so much.
Wow, what a way to end our show. And thank you so much. I really feel so blessed. This is why I said yes. This is why I said yes to Destiny. It's also when I see so many people evolve, start things that never existed and touching the world, oh my God, I just feel, you know, there's a different, there's a difference in tears. There are tears of joy, there are tears of pain. So the ones I feel now, they are dripping. You can see my tears, our tears go inside. It's tears of joy and excitement. And wow, I just feel I'm going to sleep so well tonight. This is amazing. So there's a link there. You can catch us, connect with Coach Paula. Yeah, so you can share the link and you can connect with Destiny Life Coaching also. You can request to meet Coach Paula when you connect with Destiny, and we will connect you, give you her number in case you didn't get it. Just go to dlc.co.ke, just say, I want to connect with Coach Paula, and we will connect you so you can have a consultation session, especially if you're a woman. Or do men have these 4 cycles also?
You know, your
Their
feminine
wives.
side also is connected to this cycle. So yeah, you can also observe these changes.
Yeah, especially if you are in a relationship with a woman, you might want to go through the process. and
also
yeah.
now I'm studying the masculine cyclicity, so soon we can also talk about that.
Yeah, awesome, well done. Okay, great.
Thank
so
you,
guys.
I just wanted to say thank you for having me here, for hosting me here, for all the journey together, for pushing me and challenging me so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
thank
so
you
welcome.
Much.
You're so welcome, and thank you so much for being such a great example. So guys, let's call it a day or a night, wherever you are. Thank you so much. Thank you for following this channel. Kindly share with your friends. Let them know they can connect with us, someone that you like to serve in a way, make a contribution to. It could be someone that is looking for certainty, that is looking for, you know, that sense of conviction, contribution. Give them the link. Tell them about Destiny Life Coaching and let them know we are here to serve them. And the first thing is we want to give them a gift. It's a free consultation session. And if you want to connect with Coach Paula, let us know. Shoot us an email, shoot us a message. There's a free, our website as a way you can just chat us and just say, I want to connect with Coach Paula. We'll connect you. Thank you and God bless. Good night.